I just wanted to do a video before I do another tea leaf reading. It makes me chuckle because the card that I brought up in my video that I just posted right here was my lucky card, and I channeled that Lucky was a cerebral narcissist. That kind of really makes me laugh because I do have him in my guardian angel deck. Now, because he's a cerebral narcissist, that was just confirmed. That really, really makes me laugh. You may not know what that means, but, you know, because he's in this guardian angel deck, I'm not going to take him out, because one of the most interesting lines is the solution to pollution is dilution. And that is an engineering term because I did take the inner engineering course through what is called Shambhava Mahamudra. Now, does that mean that Pakistan, the country of Pakistan, dislikes India? I think there's a lot of controversy there. So I just find I find that a little bit funny that happened to me today. I had to tell my husband that because Lucky was a fantastic person in spirit, even though he was a narcissist. All psychopaths are narcissists, but not all narcissists are psychopaths. So, and there's a difference between being highly narcissistic and being a narcissist. You still have highly narcissistic people still have empathy, but I called it out, or Spirit's telling me this. But like I said, Spirit, Lucky's in spirit. So now there's another, possibly another, I don't want to say the word, because every time I say the word smash that like button, I know what that means, okay? Because that particular person, I did have a tarot card reading by someone out there that does do drugs. But because he does medicinal drugs, does that make him a drug addict, right? So there is, in some instances, a lot of twists and turns when I get these messages. So I channeled that this morning, so I have to chuckle. I just kind of wanted to come back out here because I just find it funny. But like I said, I did do the Shambhava Mahamudra, which is an inner engineering course. And Sadhguru was a part of my healing journey as well, because I had no idea that was when I was facing the end of my career, my working career. So we'll see what comes out here today. It could be a shorter video, maybe just one, because one card, because there is a theme, and the theme is a needle pulling thread, because the thread of narcissism is they want to control you. Okay, so. And I do this as a pay it forward. Sketch artist. This can be the religious card. This is what really scares me when I think of Nick Reiner, because this is the card that I've been waiting to come up. This is the cerebral narcissist. This is the textbook narcissist, this psychopath. This is the know-it-all. When you have this type of person in your family, it will, well, we saw what it did to, this reminds me of Nick Reiner, but we saw what it did to, just one second here, because it's not, well, that was all in the family, because, to Rob Reiner and Michelle. This is a person you want to keep away from. It's very hard when you have that young person, that mindset, and you're struggling. You are struggling with someone that is a know-it-all, that is going to constantly kind of charge at you or constantly defend everything and anything you say. This person too took drugs at a very young age. This person as well was able to hoodwink psychiatrists. They've changed a lot of the laws in Canada where the Mental Health Act has been changed. In some instances, thank God for that, because witches were hung at one time for being out here. But this is the one that can actually absolutely drive you insane by their antics, their immature antics. They'll never outgrow it, ever, ever, ever. And if you have the capability to walk away from this type of person, this can be a relative of yours. This is the blood, you know, blood. It's unfortunately, it's too late for Rob Reiner, but he could be setting an example of how to walk away and keep away. So that's the sketch artist out there. They paint you with a brush. That can also be the holy roller. That also reminds me of Candy Owens out there. I don't know why I have to talk about her, but that is the sketch artist. So I often say when you walk away, you keep away, because people have to understand that you will never win. You will never, ever win with a narcissistic psychopath or a narcissist. Never, 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 ever. Lots of marriages together survive for long periods of time when you have two narcissists together. But in a natural relationship, if somebody is empathic, you will never win from this, ever. So let's take one here, because cannabis is not the same. Cannabis is not the same as methamphetamine. It's a whole new level of drug abuse out there. Okay, so this could be my return to sender card. Somebody's receding, gum receding. Oh, so they're very competitive. This is a competitive card. If you have this person in your family, this blood relative, it's competition all the time. There's created competition in these homes. I don't know too much about Rob Reiner's relationship with his wife, but they're very, very competitive. They're jealous. Nick could have felt threatened by them. There is no there is animosity, but just one second. So I bought up. Yeah, you'll be paying for it. You'll be losing a lot of money, but this was the jealousy. Narcissism, psychopathy leaves you incredibly confused. It is the most confusing thing to diagnose out there. Almost impossible to diagnose a narcissist. I would have to say it is impossible to diagnose a narcissist, because they don't think that what they're doing is wrong. That's really, there is no right or wrong. That's their level of awareness. So that was tweaking. Was he tweaking or something out there? So we'll see what else comes out here. So there will be a pause in this, only because I just don't want, well, we'll see what happens here. I think I stopped the camera anyways. The solution to pollution is dilution. You know, I married an engineer, so we're very analytical people, and you have to grow your own pear. I grew my own pear. I learned how to walk away and keep away, because if you don't deal with the elephant in the room, that elephant in the room that you don't deal with will soon be the elephant in the tomb. Okay, so that's what happened to Rob Reiner. Nobody knew what to do. A very, very complicating disease here, extraordinarily complicating. So I'm going to, so that's just one little hiccup there. So I'm going to continue here, and just keep, you know, narcissists have the stare. Okay, I witnessed the stare. There is something there with the Machiavellian type. They'll stare. They want to stare you down, and they're soulless. There's nothing behind evil. This is how evil operates. They have absolutely no problem hurting anybody. And this particular Nick was out for revenge. Okay, so we'll see what comes out here. I'm kind of excited to post this video, and I'm excited to get on our trip today. So I thought I would do another one. I probably will, this will exempt. There's something exemption, but I'm not going to do the tea leaf reading here. So we do have a golden child here, right? There could have been competition with Nick and the other brother, and could have been jealous. There's some cheap here, cheap in this particular instance is the golden child. They're spoiled. This is beyond spoiling. This is cheap. They expect you to do everything for him. And you will, okay? I'm curious about the dynamics of, there's a pothead here. Okay. Sometimes they'll get to know your friends to try to find out where you are, where you live. Hers is the law. When you have this type of mother, the Machiavellian mother, I'm not saying that, this is kind of like martial law, but I'm not saying that Rob Reiner's wife was like that. I don't know enough to say anything about her, but if this person is your coworker or your boss, it's hers is the law. There's no way around this. It's hers is the law. That's the female psychopath out there. Her way or the highway. This is way past happy wife, happy life. Okay, so let's take another one here. Baby, stand up. I love this card. It's like you can kiss my royal ASS. This is a technical knockout. Karma, you know, comedian, Yul Brenner, Carl Reiner, Mike, no, sorry, Nick Reiner, Meathead. This was comedy, okay? But it's going to possibly end up being a comedy of errors because he possibly left too much evidence behind. Water cannot wet it, fire cannot destroy it. These are soulless people. In some instances, they're here to teach you a lesson. That's a hell of a lesson to learn. Perhaps that'll trickle down into Rob Reiner's family. I don't know why I said the word Mike there. Somebody here maybe wearing a Speedo. I don't know, but I get a lot of different messages. Okay. Give me your heart, give me your heart. Okay, so let's take one more here. My husband's funny. So, he's funny. He's just a wonderful person. I don't think well, I already know there would have never been anybody on the planet just waiting for me to help me through one of the most difficult times in my life, which was the dark night of the soul. Now, if this particular person is a relative of yours, you're going to suffer. You know, in some families, this is the aunt diva. I've said they come packing a pair of scissors and you just have to have the strength to disconnect from them. Archangel Michael is very good for that. This is the hairdresser though, always weaving in and out of people's lives. And, but they do come, that's the diva. Hands up. That's the, your hands are just soaking in it. I'm talking about the aging narcissist. Can't have one without the other. Love and marriage. This is also the one that used her form of contraception was abortions. Angie's spilling the tea today. We've got the bombastic skydiver. We've got some bombastic people out there. Now, the sky is always possibly following me or I will follow you. But when you do get onto social media, any form of social media, that's the saucer eyes. There's some envy out here. There's a lot of it feels to me like they're like these little cartoon characters walking around, trying to imitate you, trying to act like you, wanting to be like you. Some social media stalkers do that. They can't create their own content. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Okay, so we're taking one from the Guardian Angel deck, and oh, That's what Spirit wants. He wants you, the entity, well, Spirit, I say he, but he wants you to be creative. Creative, this is my, smash that like button, but these are my own cards, my Smithsonian cards. Be creative. My clairs were in a net, and I helped myself understand one of the most dangerous forms of mental illness out there that cannot be cured. It's not like depression, it's nothing like that. It's something that you can see, you cannot see, sorry, but you can certainly feel it. So I think I'll do one more for the road, since I'm not going to be a tea leaf reading here. So I'm not going to be doing a tea leaf reading here. And you know, this is the relative, you know. That's the blood relative. Helping you understand narcissistic abuse requires you to remove the blood relative, create some distance. Unfortunately for Mike, who is this Mike? Is there a Mike around me? But for Rob Reiner, very difficult to do when it's your child. Okay. Because in essence, it's almost like three blind mice. You can't see what really is going on because of the love. I could shuffle these cards all day long. Oh, okay. This is the drug card again. This is the dismissive. This could be a dismissive grandmother, a dismissive mother. This always reminds me of the nene. The nene is a bird in Hawaii. If these people are your friends, these are your frenemies, and that's the drug abuser. Okay, that's the pothead. That's the pothead, and they'll die a pothead. Okay, so that's also what I call the euchre queen. The euchre queen got punked. Pay attention to the scammers out there, because they're everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Oh, someone feeling the squeeze. When you walk away, and if you were the social light of the party, or you were the one that provided the most narcissistic supply, because what narcissists, these frenemy females, they put you on a shelf, and they get to use and abuse you whenever they want. Okay, you'll be shelved for however long until you come up across their screen, and then they decide, oh, I better go fiddle with this one. You're just, it's the same doll, just a different dress. But, you know, they do feel the squeeze. They absolutely feel the squeeze when you're not around. But they do have many to choose from, because a narcissist is constantly in search of control. It doesn't take too long for a narcissist to have to fill up that tank. It's actually a really sad way to live. Okay. That could have been, because there is a friend of mine that is in spirit, and that was his spouse. That was, in service to this euchre queen. I started this video, the solution to pollution is delusion. Now he's coming up here again, this engineer, very intelligent, smiling, laughing a lot, a great joke teller. Now, even though I did, I'm a transcriber, I did call him out though by channeling that he's a narcissist, but I'm keeping him in my deck, okay? A lot of narcissists have moved the world forward. Steve Jobs, that's the way the world works. It would be different. Well, it is what it is. So I started this card. The solution to pollution is delusion. And that is, you know, when you see, what you see is not what you get with a narcissist. So take care. It's all done. Enjoy. But before I say that, have a wonderful day. And if it is your birthday, happy birthday. But still, it's all done. Enjoy.